Hi guys, it's Melissa from Adventures of Frugal Mom. Today I'm being joined with Emily from Odom Farming Company, and she's actually in the middle of the barnyard right now. And so, Emily, let's talk first about what's going on right now at the farm.
So right now we're open for strawberry season. We have an acre of you-pick strawberries that we have. We're kind of in the first part of our season, so we're not really able to have very consistent hours at this time. But if you just follow us on our social media, Facebook at OFC INC or Instagram, I usually try to post the night before we're going to be open, so you guys can make a plan about coming out. Um, we don't have a lot of weed pick berries. Occasionally, when I do field cleanups every other day or so, we might have a couple buckets. But if you message me, I'll try to pick you a bucket. But otherwise, we don't do a lot of weed pick. The COVID-19 virus has really just kind of changed our mindset about this, and a lot of farms are not even doing U-pick because they feel like they can control. It's a more controlled environment when you do weed pick. But we kind of think the opposite. We want you guys to come and pick your own strawberries. The less contact. I'm sorry, I have a goat jumping up on me right now. Let's see if I can flip it up. She's literally jumping up on me.
Hi, Penelope.
We just kind of feel like the less we actually touch, the better. So, we sanitize our buckets, we hand them to you, we sanitize our hands. And you guys can kind of main that on your own. You can take your bucket with you if you want to. So, like I said, the least amount of times we can touch it, the better. So we're trying to sanitize our playground area. She's currently eating a drawstring. Let's see if I can get her in it. There we go.
She's singing cute. Hi, Penelope. So tell us about your friend right there.
So this is Penelope. She a couple of years ago, right after Hurricane Matthew, we rescued a goat, Clementine the rescue goat, and she like a year later she had twins, a girl and a boy, and so we still Clementine passed away last year, but we still have Clarice, which is her daughter. She's the one laying over here underneath the shade, like a smart goat. And then she had two babies about a month ago, and so we have Rose, who's laying here getting some sun, looking dead, and Penelope, who is currently chewing on the tag of my chair. So they have been just enjoying me being here, chewing on my shoes, chewing on my shirt, chewing on my pants. Just really want me to rub. They're getting their little horns in. They're obviously not born with horns, so their little nubs are starting to kind of grow, and their head is really itchy, and so they really enjoy being scratched on their heads. So
I'm giving you a shout out. Lucy is on, and she says, "Hello, ladies." And then Lisa says, "So cute about the little goats," and they are super cute because I've seen them in person.
we love them. I could eat them with a spoon. They're so sweet.
So, how much are your strawberries a pound?
We're selling U-Pick this year for $1.75 a pound. So, a gallon size bucket, that you would normally or familiar with seeing it at different places, is usually between between $6 and $10, just depending on how full you pick it. So if we pick them ourselves, those same buckets are $14. So it is a savings. And, like last weekend, our field was really stocked with berries. It didn't take me 5 or 10 minutes to pick. You get to enjoy the sunshine. You can come over here to the farmyard, see the animals. We've got a little playground. You can play on our playground. Just let your kids run and enjoy being outside at the farm and in nature.
So you said animals. Tell us about your other animals.
So you can't see them all currently because of the shade and where I'm at. Coming up on us right here, that did not work, is Herbert. He's walking right straight up to the camera right here. And then we got a new, he's a mini donkey. He's a mini jack, which means he's a male. We've got Hortense coming up right behind him, formerly known as Pearl. She is a mini Jenny that we recently got. She's our new addition. We got her right around Easter time. we're hoping that she is actually pregnant with a baby donkey, a baby mini donkey, which are, just look them up on Google. They're adorable. So maybe this fall, maybe November time frame, we're thinking we're going to have a little baby around here. We've got a male goat, Billy, that he's just kind of laying down chilling. And then we've got Maybelline, which is our heifer cow. She's part Angus, part Hereford. And she is currently behind a tree eating hay. So she is not concerned about what we're doing out here in the least.
So how has COVID-19 affected you guys out there? I know you talked about your practices in the strawberry fields, but how else has it affected you?
We're just, honestly, we feel extremely fortunate and blessed that we're considered essential. We're able to be here. We're able to have our farm. And, fortunately, there's not a lot of things for people to do right now. So everybody seems, there's a big interest right now in farming, growing your own food, supporting local. So we're super thankful and just fortunate and blessed is really the only thing I can think to say about what, how we feel about it. We've had to, obviously we don't have any of our field trips this year, which is a huge loss to our business. I would probably say at least 75% of our spring business is field trips. And we just miss having the kids out on the farm and teaching them about strawberries and stuff. We're actually going to be starting doing some virtual field trips and virtual story times. So if anybody's got a daycare, if you've got some kids at home, maybe we can get together and have a time, with a bunch of other people. We'll maybe start doing some story times during the week. Like I said, if you're a daycare worker, if your kids are in daycare and you think they might be interested in it, let us know. I'll be glad to Zoom with your class, FaceTime with your class. We could get on StreamYard here like we're doing right now and just kind of walk around, see what's going on, introduce the kids to the animals, read a book. Just that's our huge miss for this season. Parties, that kind of thing. We had some hen parties scheduled, which is our Girls Night Out events. That we've had to cancel or postpone. And I really hate that because that's one thing that we do that I just get a lot out of. I really enjoy it. I enjoy planning it, decorating. I enjoy having the women here, fellowshipping together and just, having a great time out and just being in nature. It's so peaceful back here, as you can see today. And so we're missing all that. We're hoping that things can kind of get straightened out here in the next couple of months, that we're able to schedule that again. We are going to be planting sunflowers here probably this week. So they'll be blooming sometime in June, maybe end of June time frame. Not really sure. Every time I plant them, I think they bloom different. So, we'll be having that for you pick. Hopefully we'll be able to have folks out and enjoy walking around the sunflowers. And then, of course, we're going to have our fall activities. And we're just hoping that all of this can get resolved before we start all of that, because our fall activities are the bread and butter of our farm. And if we're not able to have that, or, we've been kind of toying around with ideas just in case we're not able to. So we kind of have a plan in place. So we're just hoping we don't have to resort to that.
Lucy said virtual field trips sound so cool. She also says the kids would love it. And then Valerie actually chimed in. We'll share the links for the virtual field trip. So, Valerie will definitely share those.
Yes. We love Valerie. Valerie works for us in the fall. She is a great friend and employee for us. And I tell you, I miss her when she's not here. So
actually,
we appreciate that.
She's going to be coming on soon. We haven't set down a date, talking about the partnership and what you can do for daycare centers at this time too.
Yeah.
Now Lisa actually made a comment. Wow, beautiful scenery, which is going to kind of segue into this little sneak peek that I got on Saturday. Yeah. So I thought it was a great comment, Lisa. So tell us a little bit about the sneak peek I got on Saturday.
So we have, we used to do our CSA program, which was a vegetable box program. We have suspended that temporarily because we just have some projects on the farm we have put on the back burner for a while. And we wanted to take some time to reinvest right here in our farm, what we've got. So our biggest, the one that I am the most excited about is our walking trail and hiking trail and camping opportunities that we're working on. we have we're cutting out a trail. We have river access, so we're cutting out a trail all the way down to the river and kind of around the banks right there, so you can kind of see, enjoy our woods just like we do, and enjoy the river like we're able to. Um, we want people to be able to come fish if they want, hike. We're going to be putting in some camping platforms so you guys can camp. We actually went camping Easter weekend, and it was just phenomenal. I'm not a huge camper myself. Obviously, the idea of sleeping outside on the ground during the night is not my, number top 10 of a great time. But I tell you, we really did have a great time. It was just so peaceful to kind of relax, get away from everything, enjoy the river, listen to it, have a campfire, and just have some really great quality family time. So we're hoping that maybe in the next couple of weeks we're able to open up the walking part of our trail, and then by the fall especially have the camping opportunities available. We're not exactly sure how that's going to look yet. We're hoping that we'll be able for be available for camping anytime, but open the walking trails up maybe once a weekend, maybe have a weekend for horse riders, maybe a weekend for bike riders, a weekend for just people walking. And of course, obviously, when we're open for our fall activities or spring activities, or even the sunflowers, the trail would be open while, we're here as open to the public. So that's that's my favorite little project we've got going on. I just love it. I grew up, as a kid, running around in the woods, just having a great time exploring. And I'm super excited about having this opportunity for the community to come and enjoy it just like we're able to. So that's our main thing. We also have put in an orchard here at the farm. So we kind of went a little bit crazy. We planted like 100 blueberry bushes, 40 peaches, a couple apples just to see how they do. We don't have the best climate for apples. We also planted some persimmons, which I'm really excited about, some Japanese persimmons. We've actually already got little persimmons growing. So, and then some figs. We put in a bunch of figs. So we might have figs this year. I'm not sure. The guy we bought them from claims that we will, so we'll see. The rest of it in the next couple years, we're hoping to have some pick opportunities for that, to focus more on fruit, because that's just kind of what we do best, it seems like. And again, open the farm up and give folks the opportunity to come pick their own fruit and vegetables, and just be able to share that experience with their kids, and teach kids and grown-ups alike where their food comes from.
Now, there are some other changes that you've had going on, like in the front of the farm.
Yes,
toward the front.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
We started this thing. This is our 10th anniversary. We started our first corn maze 10 years ago, in 2010. And when we first started this, we really had no idea what we were doing. We had never even been to a corn maze. So we, obviously, as if you've been coming to our farm for a while, you've noticed that every year we switch things up a little bit as we try to find what works best for us. This year we've made a huge change. Before you would kind of enter straight on the farm, you're not going to do that anymore. You're going to come in through the side. You're going to be able to buy your tickets right there at the front and then walk onto the farm. We have kind of done a lot of landscaping, some planting. We're still working on that, just to kind of make everything, dress it up a little bit, make it look really good, and help kind of folks to be able to help the flow of the farm, I guess is what to say. A lot of people they come, and we have a lot of wide open spaces, and we love that. We don't want to cram everything all up together. Mm-hmm. We want kids to be able to run and enjoy the farm. So, but at the same time, that kind of presents a problem with directions. People don't really know where to go. They kind of come and they look around. They're like, well, we're not really sure where we're supposed to start. So we're kind of hoping that we can help with that and give people some better ideas about what they need to do when they come to the farm. So we've changed that up. I'm going to kind of flip you around here so you can kind of see we've still got a dead goat there. And she's not dead, the entire time we've been talking. No, she's not dead. She's just really enjoying the sunshine. It feels amazing out here. It was super cold this morning, but now the sun is out and it feels great. So, you can see our shelter up here right now. It's just an open shelter. We're hoping to eventually close that in. We're going to see about how our time constraints turn out, but we want to add some bathrooms up there. Finally, 10 years later, we've got bathrooms. Woohoo! We've got our playground stuff going on. Our orchard is way back there. You might can see the orange flags flying, and then the entrance to the walking trails is behind that. So we've just kind of, that's where we're going with that. We're hoping maybe to get that work done here this fall. I mean, this summer. One of those, the next season that's coming up. So we're just right now with the virus and everything. We've been kind of really unsure about our next step. We know we want to do this, but we're just not sure. Is it going to be able to pay off this year? It just kind of throws everything, and makes you think about things differently. So we're still trying to sort that out. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Okay, we have some comments. Julie says, shout out to me, so shout out, Julie. Lucy says, happy 10th anniversary. Corn mazes are so fun. I've never had a persimmons before. So what are persimmons? What do they taste like?
I've honestly never ate a persimmon either, so I can't say. They're kind of palm size. I think the Japanese persimmons are quite bigger. We have a wild persimmon tree on the farm, and like an old type, that you talk about, like maybe your grandparents used to have. They fall off every year, and they're tiny. They're probably maybe the size of a strawberry, and they fall off the tree every year. And we feed them to the goats, and they love them, and they're really sweet. They've got a lot of seeds in them, so I think they're kind of harder for people to eat. The Japanese persimmons, I don't believe, are like that. They're quite a bit bigger. They're just kind of different. You don't see a lot of them around. So Google Japanese persimmons, and you guys will see that come up. That's what we're gonna have. We're just really excited. Honestly, this is our 10th anniversary, like I said. Our whole main goal, where I got all this from, my great aunt wrote a book about her childhood, her life, and she had drew a map of my great grandfather's homestead on there, and it had like a kitchen garden. It had a little orchard for the family. It had where they kept their own meat, their hogs, their cows, their chickens that they ate. And I just thought, it just reminded me of just an old style farm where everybody, everything they ate, they grew. On the meat they ate, they had their own animals. The fruits and vegetables they grew them themselves. And I just thought that would be what a great template for us to use out here. Just have our own little orchard and let folks come and enjoy, just like they would, back in the day if they were going to grandma's house. That's what we want it to feel out here. We want it to feel like an extension of you guys' family. We want it to feel like you're coming home to grandma's, get to relax and enjoy and just have some time. Just remember, just having some simple quality family time. So,
okay, we have some more comments. Linda, who I think is your cousin, Linda Jeanette Cooper, is that your cousin?
Yep.
She says Emily and JR are doing a great job building their farm, and she put strawberry, goat, cow, and pumpkin up there, emojis. And then she said your great Aunt Pauline made pudding from the small persimmons.
Oh, there you go.
And
yes,
then
I have seen that.
And then Lucy says, I love the story connections and how it influences you all now.
Yep. We just, family means a lot to us, and we feel, a lot of our older generation of our family are gone, or like my 94-year-old grandmother has dementia in a nursing home and really doesn't know who I am most days. So we kind of feel very nostalgic about that, and we think a lot of other people do too. So anytime that we're able to kind of build on the lessons and things that they have taught us, to keep passing that knowledge down and keep, something for our kids to do. I have my son James, number one tour guide. He'll be 12 on Wednesday.
Whew. Oh, I think we lost Emily for a minute. So while she's there, I've actually worked.
I believe he is 12. I can't believe I'm old enough to have a 12. Am I back? I had a phone call.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, and now I'm back. All right. So then, we had, I have a 8-year-old daughter, almost 8-year-old. She'll be 8 in December. So we just want a great place for them to come and be able to enjoy and just kind of live that same life we did growing up on a farm. So
I'm going to give everybody a little backstory. When Emily's talking about her 8-year-old daughter, Maddie, my oldest, was actually working with the farm. Oh, we lost Emily. Maddie actually worked on the farm with Emily when Reese, her 8-year-old daughter, was just a little baby. And then once Maddie left, Michaela, my middle daughter, took her place. And then once Michaela left, I kind of took her place. And now Gracie's out there working as well. And I'm going to see if we can't get Emily back in just a second. But while we're here, do you guys have any questions that drop in the comments and let me know if you have any questions? Because I can answer them or Emily can answer them, because I actually don't know where she went. She was out there in the middle of the pasture. So I'm going to see if I can get her back by texting her. But let's see. Kelly says, love Odom Farms, and I'm thankful for the neighbors and the beautiful view. Oh, Emily's back. I got to add her in. Hold on just a second. Technical difficulties. Lost you for a minute. Still there?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. We're still like we're on a cell phone commercial.
A technology person. I had a phone call and I don't know. I clicked out of it and then I ended up getting out of the whole thing. So
you're fine. You're perfectly fine. I was giving the backstory about Maddie starting to work there when you talked about Reese being a baby, and Maddie was there when Reese was there when Reese was a baby, and then Michaela, and then Gracie and I. So I gave him that backstory. Can you hear me? Oh, we lost her again, guys. We keep losing you, Emily.
I can't hear you. I can see you talking to me, and I can't hear you.
You gotta love technology.
This is why I'm a farmer and not, this is why. They don't teach you how to do this in school.
Maybe, can you hear me now? Can anybody else hear me? Because it's kind of weird that you can't hear me. Maybe you put your phone on mute. Let's see. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can get her. I'm texting her while she's talking, so we'll see. Maybe she'll look. Okay, like she has, like she said, they're celebrating their 10th anniversary. There you go. You hear me now?
I can hear you now. Sorry.
You put me on mute, I bet. I bet you muted everything.
I know. I don't know what happened. I'll be honest. I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, we're back. So, all right.
We have some comments. Lisa said legacy building. Cammie Kennedy says you ladies are rocking it today. I'm really jealous of that bright blue sky behind you.
Yeah.
But if I was outside, I would have an orange cat crawling all over me. So when I'm doing that. And then Kelly says, love Odom Farms, and I'm thankful for my neighbors and the beautiful view. Yay. So they must live right near you.
Yep, I think so. Yeah, okay. They have to put up with all of our noise.
So give us a little background about how you started the farm, because I know the farm was in the family to begin with.
Yes, so this farm was actually my husband JR's family farm. When after his grandparents passed away, the family gave us the opportunity to buy the farm, and he was just over the moon because, like I said, we both family is very important to both of us, and he grew up here. He's lived here his whole life except for just a couple of years when we lived with the gentleman that he worked for at that time, Mr. Frank Howell. So for him, it was like coming home. It was a no-brainer, and so it was a sort of bittersweet for me because I was leaving my family, and my family grew up toward Grantham, right there by Thoroughfare Fire Department, and I have that same connection to that land just like he does. So that's where I grew up, running, playing, spent my childhood. But it was an opportunity for us to to get this place and build our own thing. So it's taking us a little while. We're doing it slowly but surely, but it's 10 years later and we're still here. So we trust me, we know we're very thankful for that. So that's how we got started.
We have another comment. Cindy Cassidy says, we love going to Odom Farms.
Thanks.
See, everybody loves going there. I will say, I feel it's my home away from home when I'm out there working with you, because I work part-time for Emily as well.
Yeah, that's what we want. It's just, I feel like I spend most of my time here, obviously, because I do. And it's just, I haven't got tired of it yet. I still love it. We're still finding new challenges. Every time we think we know what we're doing, we get thrown a curveball like this virus thing, or a hurricane, or a flood, or whatever, and we have to rethink on our toes. So you never get tired, you never get bored. There's always something that's got to be done. So um, it's not the profession that I dreamed that I would have as a child. I wanted to be a meteorologist, and then I wanted to be a teacher, and then I ended up majoring in history, and then I ended up marrying a farmer and coming home to the farm. So, but and right now, I honestly wouldn't trade it for anything. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of hard hours, a lot of heartache, a lot of variables that we have no control over. Like I said, just the things I just named. But at the end of the day, we work together, and I never thought I would ever enjoy working with my husband. He's got it's hard to explain JR's temperament. It's a little bit different, but somehow or another we have managed to learn how to work together. So it's not always a smooth ride, but at the end of the day, we're able to come back together and just I think, I don't know, it took us 10 years to figure it out, but we're here.
So what advice would you give to those that want to help farmers during this time?
Really farmers, small businesses in general, just go and support them. If you can't, maybe you're out of work yourself, maybe you're struggling, having hard times yourself. A lot of people are. We understand that. Just share their posts, like their posts. You see friends looking for things to do, tag them in it. Let them see what's going on. Go support them if you're able to. Come out, pick some strawberries. Go out and buy some vegetables. Go out and buy some local meat. Um, Go to I hear a lot of complaints, and I've complained myself about, trying to go to a big box store, and maybe we need an irrigation fitting so we can able to do this, and our local store here, Baker Pipe, doesn't have it. We might end up having to go to Lowe's, and gosh, there's not the parking lot is completely full. There's people stacked and backed in the store. If that's not your scene, go to a local hardware store if you're able to. Go to a smaller place. I'm sure that they are just thrilled to have your business. And, I see this shared all the time about, when you buy from a small business, the owner does a happy dance. That is actually true. I do that all the time. Every time we sell a hen party ticket, every time I see customers come up, it makes me so happy. And it's incredibly fulfilling to see that these things that we have planned, these things that we, have been in our minds, these goals that we've had are actually working. People are responding to them. People get where we're coming from. The community has been amazing to us with our support, and that's honestly, I feel that. I feel that love, and so all these other small businesses, I know a lot of them are struggling. Restaurants closed, and I get you can't eat out all the time, but if you can, pick a local place. Pick somebody, who's actually going to do that happy dance when they get your order.
Now, I know that it's kind of affected you a little bit, but I also know that tell us a little bit about the hen parties that you're having your May schedule in the fall.
Yes. So last year we started our first hen party. It's basically like a girls' night out thing, but I don't limit it to girls. If guys want to come, they're welcome to come. I just don't really know what else to call it other than a girls' night. We come, we have a little supper. We might have a chicken salad, or we might have a pulled pork sandwich or something. We usually try to do some kind of craft. In the past, we've done, we made sunflower bouquets, and we planted succulents in teapots. For the last one we did, we just had a fun night with the pumpkin chunker, because that can be so much fun for any age. So we kind of walk around the farm. We'll do a little tour with you guys. We'll let you get in the pen with the animals and just enjoy being with them if you want to. It's pretty much anything goes, just super relaxed. Like I said, I love it. I feel like that's where my creative juices come from. We were going to have one here in April where we were going to do like a 10 herb garden out of like green bean cans type thing. And then we've got some other ideas of stuff we want to do. I thought about getting like pine cones and painting them like zinnias and making wreaths out of them. The bouquet thing always works well. People love sunflowers. We usually do like a little hayride. We did have a snafu last year with one of ours. We had straw mites in our straw, which we had never had, never even imagined was a thing. And we had some folks get bitten, and we felt horrible about that. So we have gone to completely strawless hayrides now. So no straw involved. That was definitely a big lesson learned for us. So, but I miss them. Like I said, I enjoy those nights so much, and I'm hoping that we can get back to them maybe in June, July. We'll just have to kind of see. We're obviously we're erring on the side of caution around here. If the governor says we need to be closed through May, then we just need to be closed through May. It's to me, I know it's your business and I know it's our business, but to me, it's not worth a person's life. So we're just crossing our fingers and trying to do all the protocols we're supposed to do, and hoping that it works out and we'll be able to open up again this summer.
That's full-fledged open up. Right now you're open up for strawberries and the playground.
Able to come and have events and groups and parties and stuff like that out here.
Speaking of events and groups and parties, what events have you had out there?
We've had some birthday parties. We've had some family reunions. We actually had a wedding out here a couple years ago. And we're hoping that that's something we can do more of once we kind of close our shelter in and we're able to be more of an all-weather event. We've got several places out by the river, and every time somebody drives by, they're like, that would be an amazing place to get married. So we're taking that into account too, for folks who want to just have a small wedding at the river. That would be super pretty. We do an ag day out here every year with the Farm Bureau Young Farmers and Ranchers in our county. We have almost 2,000 people out here, so we can really if you decide you want to have a corporate family day out here, if you want to have an event out here, talk to us, let us know. We're super flexible. We've got 40 some acres of clear space that could be at your disposal if you want to do it. You want to bring some stuff in special, let us know. We'll figure out how to make it happen. We would love to have more events out here and more kind of parties and things like that. So let us know. We'll figure out how to make it happen.
And you're also opened up for photographers too for a fee, right?
Yes,
am I correct?
Yes, absolutely. You guys are welcome to come take pictures on the farm. We're charging $30 a day to come out here. You have all the sessions you want, take pictures. You can go out in the field. We have sunflowers. You can come in our sunflowers, go out in the woods, just sit on the open meadow area. I mean, there's tons of space, tons of places out here, different scenes you can have. Once we get our walking trail open, I'm hoping to have some sort of like styled shoot event going on, or some kind of like a shootout or something like that, where we can invite photographers to come out and take advantage of what we've got, build their own portfolios, and just kind of see how the spaces we have would work with their business.
Now, you mentioned that you went to school for history. Tell us a little bit of history of what you found when you guys were clearing out.
Oh, yes. So this is really neat. So in our backfield over here, if you've ever been to our farm, you come from the 70 side, you have to pass the state nursery, and you pass Casey's nursery. And then there's kind of a swampy area right before you get to us. Apparently, when the Civil War was going on, General Sherman actually camped in that backfield, and one of our backfields that you can't really get to because it's on the other side of the swamp. And several people have come and found, artifacts and that kind of thing. We're on the river, so we've had some Native American artifacts. But when we were out here trying to determine our walking trail and how that was going to go, we've had 2 dams built here on this little creek, the swamp that runs down the side of our property. And they've always been here, and we've always heard about them. But my husband got to investigating a little bit about it, and it seems like they were built during the Civil War, from everything we've determined. Now, was it some kind of defense for the army that was stationed out? Not stationed. They weren't stationed at that time, but that was camping out here, or was it some kind of way to just dam up the water so they had water? We don't exactly know why they were built, or even exactly when. But the consensus seems to be it was during the Civil War. So that's something really neat to investigate. We're going to open that area up. People to walk on the walking trail. We haven't got there yet, but I'm excited to see what that might be.
Here we have another comment. Oh, this is from my brother-in-law. She says, I'm watching Little Sister. So hi, Jerry. Because he says he's watching. So.
Right.
So you're open for strawberries, but it's day to day. You're going to be open tomorrow. Am I correct?
Yes, we're going to be open tomorrow. I'm thinking from 10 to 3 at this point. My kids do their schoolwork in the morning. So being open in the afternoons works easier for me, but I also know that a lot of people, I've got another goat on my side over here.
Oh, is that Rose? Hi, Rose.
No, that's Penelope.
Oh, that's Penelope again?
So a lot that works easier for us to be open in the afternoons, but I know folks want to come in the morning too. A lot of kids might, nap times in the afternoon. So we're going to do 10 to 3. We're going to kind of try to switch those hours up. If you're not able to come in the morning, maybe you can come in the afternoon. Maybe the next day, if you're not able to come in the afternoon, you can come in the morning and just come on out here and enjoy. And my kids will just get their homework done when they get it done. They'll have to do it without mom for once.
So what do you suggest they wear when they come out?
Definitely closed-toed shoes. Even I don't wear flip-flops in the field. We planted on some heavier. We try to rotate our crops just to kind of promote soil health. We don't want them in the same place every time. We don't fumigate our beds when we plant them because we're in such a residential area. We don't want to cause any problems. So that means we really need to rotate our crops around, which means we don't put them in the same spot every year. Right now we're on a 4-year rotation. Next year, I think we're going to actually plant double the amount of strawberries we have this year. This year we have an acre. Next year we're going to plant 2. So we might get on a 3-year rotation, but this year we're kind of in heavier land. So when it gets wet, it stays wet. There has been water in these strawberries ever since we laid the plastic. We can pump some of it out. We can ditch some of it out, but it's just always going to be somewhat muddy at least till we get in the really hot weather, which I'm afraid is coming. So definitely closed-toed shoes. I always recommend boots, something you don't mind getting dirty because you are going to get muddy if you come out here right now. So definitely that. You're in the sunshine, so just kind of take that into account. If you want to wear a hat, wear some sunscreen. That's what we recommend.
And it's different. They're not actually going straight to the building this time. You have a stand.
No, we are kind of asking people. We don't mind if you parallel park kind of on the side of the path as long as folks can still get through. You can come up here and park by the stand and then walk down. We have a tent in the field. We did that so we can monitor the amount of people that are in the field at a time and just kind of, it's hard. Like when we're up here by the shelter, I can't see what's going on out there in the field. So we set that up so we can kind of monitor what's going on. We usually have somebody Saturday, Melissa was up here on the farmyard, just kind of helping folks, telling them what to do, helping them with the animals. A lot of times the number one tour guide is the one that's doing that. So we've kind of got somebody both places. We just don't, and so far, honestly, we've had great customers. Everybody's been really good about distancing. We've had some folks wearing masks. Masks are not, something you have to do. We try to wear them sometimes, but I'll be honest with you. These people that wear masks every day, y'all deserve a gold medal because I despise that thing. And half the time I forget I'm wearing it, and then you can't hear me talk good. So, that way we've got a tent set up right there. You come get your bucket, go pick what you want, bring it back, we'll weigh it. That's the only time we're touching your bucket. And so we can kind of monitor, make sure that we don't have too many people on one row at a time, make sure everybody's following the distance and rules.
And that's the same thing going down with the barnyard too. You have someone stationed down there to kind of make sure.
Right.
And
exactly.
The electric fence, will it be on tomorrow as well? Okay.
And the electric fence is probably going to be on for the foreseeable future because Maybelline likes to be a free range cow. She will walk so the fence here where the goats are, that's woven, which means it kind of looks like a grid pattern. You guys can see it behind my head. That is not electric. If you touch it, you will be fine. What I'm talking about is the straight wire. I'll try to flip it around so you can kind of see what I mean. If you can see it in the camera, this straight wire that runs along the top of the fence, and then out here in the new, past the tarp here that we have using for shade, we have a new kind of pasture that we put out. It's not going to be a permanent pasture, so we didn't want to put up the woven wire. We just used the strings of wire. That is what's electric. That way Maybelline can just walk right through that if we don't have that electric fence on. This way she stays in, and we all don't have to worry about having a hungry grass puppy on her, wanting to figure out where we're at and what we're trying to eat, because she honestly is a grass puppy.
Yeah, she's eating it right now, I see.
Yeah, she is, and Billy's over here. Usually he climbs on top of those hay bales like a throne. We call him King Billy. And so they're just living their best life right now.
I'm surprised Herbert hasn't come back up, because you said earlier that Herbert was jealous.
Yeah, Herbert is kind of my donkey. He's still right here where we're at. He is.
Hi, Herbert.
With Clemmy, he is, looking attention all the time. So he's super furry. But his lady friend Hortense is over here eating in the grass like a normal donkey, and he's sitting over here super jealous, like, why aren't you rubbing my back?
Hi, Herbert. He's so sweet. So, Emily, is there anything else you want to share with us?
I can't really think of anything. If anybody has any questions, they're welcome to post them. You're welcome to go on our Facebook. Like I said, it's at OFCINC, and check us out and see what we've got going on, and ask us questions. And I don't know, just say hi.
Can we get one quick shot of both the girls, since they're both together when you're walking? Yep. See if you can get down there with them. And now look, they're running away from the camera now.
I know, they've been sitting here eating on my shoestrings all morning, and now they're running away.
And tell everybody which one's which.
So this one here with the white glaze on her face, this is Penelope. My daughter actually named her. I don't know where she came up with Penelope from, but she did. And this little girl is Rose. Rose seems to like me the most, except for this one time when she backs away from me like I'm a monster.
Of course.
So they're getting weaned from their mom. They're over here eating a little bit of feed. So they love to eat grass and flowers off the clover. They're all about it.
And how old are they?
About a month. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head what day they were born, but about a month or so, 4 to 5 weeks.
Is that normally when they start weaning?
I'm honestly not certain. I think that they usually do more milk, but Clarice is not a big milk producer. With the last goat she had, little Billy, who unfortunately passed away, we ended up having to take him and bottle feed him because she just wasn't providing enough milk. It's hard when they have singles. When they have twins or triplets, it seems to work better just because they've kind of got a playmate here to do with. So she's been able to feed them some, but they're not obviously not quite getting enough because they're exploring feed, and they eat a little bit of hay and grass, and I'm going to sneeze.
Allergies. That's one thing. When you're being a farmer, you have allergies. You pay for it. Bless you.
I know. My fall allergies are worse than my spring, but I tell you, it's not great when you have terrible allergies and you work outside.
No. So you're open tomorrow from 10 to 3, and then every other day, just check social media.
Yeah. We're probably going to be open Wednesday afternoon as well. It looks like our berries are coming in a little bit better. I'd love to kind of get on an every other day schedule just so we can have you come for the day, kind of pick out, and then we walk over and pick up the ones that nobody else picks, or the ones that are in the mud that nobody wants to go to. That's usually when we have weed picks for sale. And then, so I'm thinking it's supposed to rain really good. I think Thursday we actually need a good rain. So we're probably, if we don't get completely picked out tomorrow, we may be open Wednesday afternoon. Probably not going to be open Thursday. And then we'll kind of see where we go for the weekend. I'd love to be open either Saturday or Sunday, if not both. So that's where we're kind of looking right now.
And it's just intermediate because of them, if it's just the beginning of the season, correct?
Yeah. Well, for one, we're fortunate enough to have a lot of demand and not enough berries. So when we are able to pick and we get completely picked out, it usually takes a day to replenish the field back up enough to where we're able to open for you pick. We want to make sure we have a really good stock of berries when we open for you pick. We don't want to pick out in an hour. So we try not to anyway. Sometimes we end up doing it. Sometimes I judge wrong. Like I said, I've been doing this for 10 years, and you feel like you're starting to be an expert at something, and you know everything there is to know. And you find out you really don't. You really don't know anything. So, um, we're that's what we're hoping. It's still kind of early in the season. We've had a lot of cool nights. Berries don't ripen, when it gets below a certain point. When it's a 40-degree night, you're not going to have berries ripening. So, as we kind of get in some warmer weather, some more consistent weather, we'll be able to be open more consistently. Usually, Mother's Day is a good indicator of when your peak is going to be. Usually, if you've got a ton of berries on Mother's Day, so that's what we're hoping for. We'll see how it goes.
And your location is again?
Yes, we are at 1426 Claridge Nursery Road, Goldsboro. We are, if you come from the 581 side, we're about a quarter of a mile down on your left. If you come from the Highway 70 side on Claridge Nursery by the McDonald's, we're 3 to 4 miles down on your right. We have a huge white sign that says Odom Farming Company, and then there's the horse pasture that we have a border that boards for horse there. You can't miss it.
And you have signs up by the road, open and closed, am I correct?
Yes, I try to put a sign up, open and closed at the road. You can call me. Messaging me or texting me is actually the best way to get up with me. Number's 919-738-2905, or you can see it in our Facebook or DM our Instagram. Calling me is not always the best way just because I might not have my phone, or if it's an out-of-state number. Sometimes if it resembles a number I've had from spam before, which, we get a ton of those, obviously. I know everybody does. I might not be as quick to answer. So, like I said, text me, message me, let me know. Drive by, see our sign by the road. I try to put if we're going to be closed or open. So, that's how you can find out.
All right, thank you, Emily. It sounds like you have a lot of exciting changes going on at the farm.
Thanks. We've definitely got a lot of work, so I'm hoping that it translates into exciting changes for sure.
Yeah, because I got a sneak peek of the walking trail in the back, and it's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait till it's completely done. So
Won't be long now.
All right. Hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and see you tomorrow. I will be going live with a small business owner from Goldsboro. See you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Emily.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.